Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Thursday night. We're following breaking news on a number of stories tonight, but we want to start with a unanimous recommendation from a CDC advisory panel on the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson COVID boosters. 10 months after the FDA issued the first emergency authorization for a coronavirus vaccine, boosters are now authorized for all 3 COVID vaccines in this country. And there's also news tonight about mixing and matching. The FDA says it's safe to get any vaccine as a booster, regardless of which shots they had for their initial immunization. That's right, you can get any booster brand. So there's a lot to get to tonight, and CBS's Meg Oliver is in New York City to lead us off. Good evening, Meg.
Norah, good evening. The CDC Advisory Committee's recommendations today set the stage for Americans to get the Moderna or Johnson & Johnson booster as early as Friday. We also learned the CDC will not change the definition of fully vaccinated, those who get 2 shots of Pfizer or Moderna or 1 shot of Johnson & Johnson.
Tonight, the CDC advisory panel recommended Moderna recipients who are 65 and older or at high risk because of their job, living situation, or underlying health conditions should get a booster shot at least 6 months after their second dose. The panel also recommended that any J&J recipient 18 or over get another shot at least 2 months after their first one.
Do boosters get us closer to the finish line of beating COVID or simply managing it?
At this point, we're not sure whether this gets us to the finish line or whether we will need additional doses in the future.
As for which shot to get, the panel did not give a recommendation on whether anyone should stick to the brand of their initial vaccine or mix and match, leaving it up to the individual.
If you got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, you're getting Pfizer and Moderna as your second dose, you get an enhanced boost of your immunity.
Okay, you ready? Yeah.
The late day vote now puts the final decision in the hands of CDC Chief Rochelle Walensky, who is not bound by the panel, but is expected to follow its recommendation. Today, the fallout continued in New York City over the mayor's new vaccine mandate for the city's more than 300,000 municipal workers who face mandatory unpaid leave if they are not vaccinated by the end of next week. With barely half of all firefighters vaccinated, there is already talk of firehouses closing.
The chiefs are hearing from members that are saying they will absolutely not comply. And what happens in 2 weeks will be anyone's guess.
COVID has been the leading cause of death among firefighters nationwide for the past 2 years. Here in New York City, if they have to start closing firehouses today, the mayor said they have a contingency plan in place to protect the city. Norah.
All right, Meg Oliver, thank you very much.